My name's Kim. I'm approaching 40 years old and I have three children, 6, 9, and 13. I've been married for 15 years. I had a mommy makeover in terms of I had the breast lift and reduction from the effects of nursing three children, and I was ready to do that for myself now that my children are growing older. Having plastic surgery was something that I've wanted to do for quite some time since I had had my children. There were major changes from having three babies, and I had been thinking about it for a really long time before I made that decision. My research started at the OB's office. I mentioned to him that I had some dissatisfaction with my body, and he recommended Dr. Dittesheim. Then I decided to do a little asking around and found a friend who knew somebody who had had the same surgery. And when I contacted her, she had used Dr. Dittesheim and was thrilled with her results. So that was enough for me to have had the recommendation from my OB, whose opinion I valued and trusted, and then have a friend of a friend to back that up. When I came into the office the first time, everybody was really friendly and welcoming. I felt very comfortable. Everybody answered all my questions and was always saying I could contact them at any time if I had any questions. So I felt very comfortable when I came into the office the first time. When I came in to see Dr. Dittesheim, he made me feel that the procedure that I wanted was something that was doable, that would have a great result. I felt very comfortable with his qualifications. Having the breast reduction and lift surgery, there's several different techniques for doing that surgery, and Dr. Dittesheim does the vertical scar technique, which leaves a lot less scarring, and that was definitely appealing to me as a patient. I opted to have the surgery here after speaking with Jan and Deborah. They highly recommended doing that as opposed to the hospital. It seemed much more specialized and individually suited to me, much more personal, and so I opted to have it here at the office. From the standpoint of the anesthesia and the anesthesiologist taking into my personal considerations, tolerance for medications, how much I weighed, my metabolism, those kind of things, I felt like it would be a much more personal experience and safer from that standpoint as opposed to being at a hospital where it was more of a general one size fits all. When I got home, I had very few complications or difficulties. I felt really good. That was better than I anticipated. Deborah checked up on me, and I always felt like she was there if I needed her for anything. Each step of the way, I felt that the staff and Dr. Dittesheim helped me to feel a lot more prepared. They answered all my questions. They were able to take away a lot of my nerves. Having surgery and going under anesthesia is a very nerve-wracking process, and yet each time I came in, all my questions were answered, and I was able to go into surgery feeling very comfortable and very confident in what was going to happen and what my role was and what was going to take place each step of the way. One of the great things about Dr. Dittesheim was that he took my concerns into consideration. He took my husband's concerns into consideration, and then he brought his expertise to the table and said, this is what I think would be the best result. And in the end, he was able to bring it all around so that everybody was very happy with the result. The surgery has made me feel younger, like I've really done something special for myself to kind of put my body back the way I wanted it to look after having kids. And I feel like I'm a young and vibrant mother, and I wanted my body to look the same way as I was feeling. My husband is absolutely thrilled with the results. He's probably, if possible, happier than I am. He thinks everything looks great. He was really happy with everything. He felt so comfortable with Dr. Dittesheim and his credentials, and he always felt I was in really good hands.